We've had some questions about number 10 on the WebAssign assignment, and it's based on number 17 from the lesson 4.5 practice exercises. So let me go ahead and run through my solution to this problem, and maybe this will help you get the solution to number 10. So quickly, let's read through the problem here. It says if exactly 200 people sign up for a charter flight, Leisure World Travel Agency charges $300 per person. However, if more than 200 people sign up for the flight, assume this is the case, then each fare is reduced by $1 for each additional person. Determine how many passengers will result in a maximum revenue for the travel agency. What is the maximum revenue? What would the fare per passenger in this? What would be the fare per passenger in this case? Before we talk about the little hint here, let me point out that this little statement here is a big deal. That's the thing we're going to need to maximize. We want to maximize the revenue, meaning we're going to need to examine the derivative, right? Or we know that as the marginal revenue. And the little hint here is basically giving us the revenue function. And that is there are 200 plus X people, so 201, 202, 203, and depending on what the value of X is, that determines your price, which would be, if X were 0, $300, if X is 1, $299, $298, $297. So there's that relationship between the number of people and the price that they're going to be charged. And what we'll do is we'll take the derivative of that thing and find out where the what value of X maximizes the revenue. So here we are. I've written down the revenue formula. Let's go ahead and get the derivative of the revenue. I'm going to use the product rule. The derivative of 300 minus X is negative 1, and that's going to be multiplied by 200 plus X. And the derivative of 200 plus X is 1, and that's going to be multiplied by 300 minus X. If we simplify this, we end up with negative 200 minus X plus 300 minus X. And I think that's a grand total of 100 minus 2X. So this is our derivative. We go ahead and set that equal to 0, and that'll help us find our critical point. And I think you can see that X has to equal 50 in this case. So 50 is the value for the number of additional passengers beyond 200. That will give us our maximum. And I know this is a maximum because this thing's an upside-down parabola, this revenue function. So X, the value of X is 50. To answer the question posed, to get the number of passengers, we need to do 200 plus 50, which is 250 passengers. And the price is going to be 300 minus 50, which would be, of course, $250 for the fare. And I think that addresses all the questions we've answered there. So when you're working on problem 10, you're going to come up with a function similar to this guy up here. Your base value plus the number of additional people. At the same time, you're subtracting off that same amount from your price. Keep me posted if this helps or if you still have more questions. Good luck. Oops, as it turns out I forgot to figure out the total revenue, the maximum revenue for this scenario. And to do that, you have to plug your value of X into the revenue function. And if I've done my calculations correctly, then you should get 62,500. And now I think I'm done. So I give myself a smiley face. Okay, have a good one. See ya.